It's on one end. Oh, you're too fast for me. And you sit on the other. Your backbone, listen here about your backbone, I'll tell you something else about it. Now listen to this. Listen. Your backbone is plumb full of corpuscles. You got red corpuscles. And you got white corpuscles. Hey, don't you let them get mad at each other. They fight sometimes. You say, well, if they're going to get mad at each other, they eat each other up sometimes. You say, get rid of the white ones or the red ones. What? Got to have both of them. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because suppose your head's itching. Them white ones run up there to see what's the matter. They run back down and tell them red ones, that man's head's itching. The red ones run up there and say, scratch. Now, that's what you scratch. The corpuscles told you to. Now, as I stand here this evening and look over this congregation, as I look into the faces of some of you men, oh, I can see that you've been down the rugged road. And boys, from the looks of some of our faces, it must have been a gravel road. If I'm elected, I won't pave that road first. Who sent us down that road? I'm going to tell you who done it now. Who do you say? Who would you say? Sitting right next to you there. Huh? A gooder. She didn't send you down. No. Who is it goes out there, works hard all day long, comes home on a Saturday night, gives her wife a paycheck? It's a man every time, ain't it, bud? Huh? Oh, we got a bunch of chickens here today. They're chicken, ain't they? What do you say, buddy? It's a man every time, ain't it? That, hey, you ought to slap him in the mouth, lady. Is that your husband? Hey, slap him in the mouth. I dare you. I'd like to see a good family fight here today. As long as I ain't in it. What does she do with that paycheck? I'm going to tell you what. She'll dress up. She'll put that hand on the hip. She'll take off. Yeah. Yeah, going to the store to buy a new dress. They buy a new dress every year. Why? Because they change the style every year. This year the dress is down at the ankle. Next year up the knee, up and down like a yo-yo. See that right? I say, put the women's dresses one place and leave them there. And the best place is on the woman. If I'm elected, that's where they'll be. If I ain't elected, now you're going to buy her another dress next year. You say, how do you know? I'm going to tell you how. I picked up the paper this morning, looked on the front page. What did I say? Said they're going to make women's dresses out of wood. Now, wouldn't that cost you a pistol? Wooden dress ain't going to work. And I'm going to tell you what. Suppose there's a woman out here walking down the street with a dress on made out of pine wood and a knothole fall out of it. I don't know what you think about it, but I say it ought to be looked into. And if I'm elected, I'll be the first one to look into it for you. Now vote for me. Thank you. All right, now we're going to do that song. Too old to cut the mustard anymore. I want all of you, when we come to the choruses, to join in with us. Well, when I was young, I had lots of pep. I could get around, I didn't need no help. Since I'm old and I'm getting gray, people all look at me and say, too old. Everybody, too old, he's too old to cut the mustard anymore. Hey, wait a minute. I want Bert to come up here and say, hold it a minute. Bert, you coming around? Hey, I think we ought to get him to help us on. And while he's coming around here, I'm going to tell you something. Because we want him to help us say this one. There's a pickpocket in the house. Now, I know ain't too many people here, but there's a pickpocket. I want you to hold on to your pocketbooks. I ain't worried about myself. I got a trap set in front. I got the bottoms of my breeches pockets cut out. You get in there and I'll know it. I get you, If you don't think it'll work, why should you try? Last night at the Opry, I was out there in the crowd, Sally married around. The first thing you know, felt handy eased down that left pocket. You know what I did? I just reached down the other pocket and shook hands with him. Looked like it surprised him to meet me there. I met some lovely people like that. I met my wife that way. She's a friendly woman. Where's Bird? He must have left. That's all right. He didn't hear me. When I was young, I had lots of pep. I could get around, I didn't need no help. Settled old and they getting gray. People all look at me and say, too old, he's too old to cut the mustard anymore. Everybody, he's getting too old, he's too old to cut the mustard anymore. I used to jump like a deer, now I need a new landing gear. Used to jump, pick it, but now I'm lucky I was jumping, I'm too old, he's too old to cut the mustard anymore. He's getting too old, he's too old to cut the mustard anymore. When I was young, I had an automobile, scooped myself under that wheel, had to fight the gals off with a stick. But now they say, I makes me say, he's too old, he's too old to cut the mustard anymore. He's getting too old, he done got too old, he's too old to cut the mustard anymore. Now wait a minute. I want to write a verse, show you all how songs are born. The lady there and the fellow with the glasses on, in the second row. You don't mind if I write a verse about the little lady with you, do you? You love her, I can just tell. If you don't, you better. Hey, you don't mind if I write a verse about you, do you? Okay. It's a little about, part of it's about you, and part of it's about him. One time, she kissed a millionaire. She ran her fingers through his hair. But the whole thing turned out pretty grim, 'cause none of his hair belonged to him. Too old, he's too old to cut the mustard anymore. He's getting too old, he's too old to cut the mustard anymore. Thanks. Folks, you've been a wonderful audience, and we appreciate it. We want you to come and see us at the Grand Ole Opry sometime and tell us that you've seen us up here at Beanblossom. You're all fine, finest people, and we always enjoy coming up here. Wish we could have had the place full, but we did just as good as we would. We did our best. Let's just put it like that. So we hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. And God bless every one of you. You're wonderful. Thank you.
Big hand for Bill Carlisle. Thank you, folks, for coming. If you want to stay for the night show, you're welcome to do so.